Hello, welcome to this like little tiny sunny corner of our, I guess you would say, like dressing room. This is literally my dresser here, and I've been in serious declutter mode, so I thought that I would sit down and maybe as I'm decluttering, if I manage to do more than one thing at a time, because my what is the term that Lucy Atkins uses? Neurospicy. My neurospicy brain might not allow me to do more than one thing at a time. However, it's been a big part of my like moving forward into having multiple children with this pregnancy, thinking how I can make my life easier. And a big part of that is going to be just getting rid of more of our stuff. When we were in Malta, one of the big things that like I noticed in my mind was just how much we were managing with so little things. We really brought very little with us. We only brought carry-on backpacks. So we didn't bring like toys or activities or like several changes of clothing for the kids. We really only brought like the bare essentials. And so a part of this is going to be like getting rid of the things that we really don't use or don't need or haven't worn, or yeah. So I'm standing here beside our closet. I've already gone through the boys stuff. We're going for the like 7-7-7 rules, like 7 tops, 7 shorts, 7 trousers, 7, and it's working really well so far. So I'll keep you posted. However, I'm also a hoarder and already have so much junk in behind me. It's been such a beautiful weekend. It's like so sunny and starting to feel really like springy. All of the little spring flowers are coming out. We had a gorgeous hike in our local forest this morning, and then yesterday we spent like in our local village. They have like the men's shed is like amazing, and it's just full of like secondhand furniture, and we need new things. Like I really want to make this house, if it's one thing I've noticed from this winter, is that like I want to make it more snug and cozy and give it more of like that cottagey feeling, the countryside cottage feeling, which it already kind of has. Like I was looking at yesterday when I was sitting and having a cup of tea, and literally like one of our door frames is at a complete angle, and you can see what like how the measurement between and the gap between the top of the door frame and the roof just like changes dramatically from this to like this, because whoever made our house just put it, mishmashed it together, and I kind of love that. I feel like that is very me, but I want to kind of make it cozier and warmer, because while I love the idea of having a summertime baby, because I can wear pretty dresses and be out in the sunshine and have a lovely brown bump, and oh, I thought Archie was awake. He's not. I also am very aware that I don't do so well in the winter. And while I'll have this lovely newborn baby in the beginning, I'll also be diving like headfirst into a really busy season with starting up homeschooling with our eldest, our older kids, and Archer's due to start kindergarten in September, and I'll have a newborn baby. And I'll probably be just like, whoa, and Pete will be back at college. So I'm very mindful of how I can make things easier that way. And cozying the house is going to be part of that. We're getting like dry lining done in some of the walls. We are really like winter-proofing our house, or winterizing is this term that I'm seeing a lot more now. I want to get some more rugs in. I want to get some cozy lighting in while I still like know what it feels like to be in that. And yeah, there you go. So that is part of my like, I guess, more alternative preparing for baby plan. I also, at 13 weeks pregnant, have allowed myself to buy something for a baby, which is such a scary and big thing. Like, it might sound ridiculous and just like so much fun and so frivolous, but actually it's a really scary thing to do if you've had a loss before. And so for me, this was like a really big deal, and I also couldn't even do it on my own. I was out with a friend and she was like, yeah, absolutely, get that, you should do that. And I was like, yeah, I should. So we were in the charity shop and I came across this really sweet little onesie. It's got a little badger on the front, so I think it would do for like a guy, or a little baby guy, little baby boy, or a baby girl. And it was like, I think like €1. Does it even say? €1. So it feels like a nice first purchase. We get very little for our babies. Mostly they're all second-handy things. They grow out of things so fast, and really we just keep them in onesies. I don't do like the sets with the 2 pieces or anything with like frills or buttons or ribbons or ties or anything extra, because they are just in onesies, and then they are in the wrap pretty much, and that is, we keep things very low key. I do have like an old video where I did like my minimalist mama must-haves or essentials, and if you want me to do another one of those, like an updated one on what we're doing for this baby, let me know maybe in the comment section down below. But that is the first purchase that I have made. I also am now feeling baby move and kick a lot more, which is so exciting. And I wanted to kind of touch on that for those of you who are pregnant at the same time as me and not feeling your baby move, that it is so normal. Really, my first baby, I didn't feel moving until like 21 weeks. And I think for me, I really needed those like big movements to be able to ascertain what was baby and what wasn't. And for me this time, I know the difference in the sensation, so that's why it was so easy to tell the difference. And I'm also much more in tune with my body now than I think I've ever been in my whole life, so that's really exciting. I haven't had any appointments or anything. There's nothing to update you on there. I have been having some like funny cravings and things, which I thought I would fill you in on because they're just fun to hear about. So I wrote them down because goodness knows I will not remember them. Mama brain is so real. We also have been looking at like names and things. So yeah, we're on the struggle bus with that one. I very much think we're having a girl, and also very much can't think of any girls' names, and also I don't know, it could be a boy. So I asked the kids what they would name the baby. Jess thinks we should go for something like really out there and really different and really wild, like go with the boys' names. And Archer thinks we should call the baby Black or Baby. Atticus thinks that we should call the baby Atticus if it's a boy, or Pearl if it's a girl, which is really pretty. But it's also like my grandmother's name, and I feel like once you start doing that, you need to start like adding, like leaning into that more with future babies. I don't know. If Atticus wasn't going to be Atticus, he was going to be, what was he going to be? Harrison, which really doesn't suit him, but also kind of does. I don't know. And then Archer was going to be Caspian. So both ending in N names, which is funny. But we obviously didn't use either of those. And I'm looking at this list here, which is like so long. I've got so many beautiful names on here. And I'm like, will we use any of them? Who knows? Perhaps once we've finalized the names that we really like, I should do one of those videos of like names we love but we're not using. So maybe you should, yeah, let me know down below if that's what you're curious about. Anyhow, what were the, okay, so week 13. After that really bad bout of just being generally unwell, having really bad cough, my pelvic floor has fully recovered. It did take some like real focus and connection and time doing that. I would make points during my day to reconnect with my pelvic floor, to practice my pelvic floor, real 3D breathing, hug the baby, connect the pelvic floor, when I was nursing the boys and when I was like putting them to bed at night. So that was like my cues during the day. I never had like an app or like set a timer or anything, but I really focused on like the connection, the like slow lifting and holding movements, and then like the shorter, faster movements. I always think of like a jellyfish, the way it moves, or like an umbrella, opening and closing this way and then opening and closing this way, whatever way is helpful for you. My cravings have been hilarious. They have been still, like, I'm not interested in sweets or chocolate, and for someone who has a sweet tooth, that's been really interesting. But I've been craving like tomato-y things, so like tomato soup with grilled cheese has been a really nice like dinner option. I've been really into this cucumber salad that's just been like cherry tomatoes, like a dill dressing, cucumber, avocado. Is there anything else in it? No, but it's been so good. I've been sleeping a lot. I've been doing a lot of solo parenting the last little while, so like bulking all the work during the weekends, and then Peter's leaving at like either Sunday evening or the crack of dawn on Monday morning and not back until the following weekend. So I had thought, oh, great, I'll get loads of like work done, I'll clean the house loads, I will like get some presentations and some like new workshops sorted for the evenings. I've been going to bed at 7:30. when the boys go to bed. And it's been the best decision, honestly. I didn't realize how much my body needed that. So that's been really nice. And I've been waking up feeling really like energized, like some of the days before the boys wake up even, which is wonderful. I just didn't think I needed that much sleep, and I obviously do. And then the last thing that I thought I would mention is I still haven't been having any caffeine. I did slack one of the days when the boys were having like, I had one really rough night where they were just both happened to be like awake several times. And so the following morning I was like, okay, I've got to like bash out some work today. At some point I'm gonna have to like find little nuggets of time to do this. I'm gonna need some energy today. I can't be like half asleep. And so the way that I like got myself through that was to like gift myself this caffeinated beverage. Went downstairs, made myself a lovely coffee. The following day, like it definitely got me through that day, don't get me wrong, but it was not worth it. The following day I had the worst migraine that literally woke me up from my sleep to vomit. Like this wasn't baby related nausea, this was really yucky caffeine related nausea. So that was miserable. Definitely didn't like, would not go back to caffeine now, and it's actually really put me off coffee and caffeinated tea. So I've been drinking lots of like herbal teas and things like that, juices and things, and just water. Our water tastes really nice, so I'm lucky from that perspective. From like the nausea perspective, it's slowly easing, but I have been relying on these guys more now, I think, than in my earlier in the pregnancy. These are gin-gins. You can get them in two forms. These are the hard candies, which I prefer when I'm actually nauseous. If I just want a snack and I just like the taste of them because they're quite hot, like they are spicy, I prefer the chewy ones. But these are so good, and the boys actually love them if they're feeling nauseous, or like we're doing a lot of travel, like we're going down to visit a friend in West Cork this week, and I'll be bringing these with me. But yeah, and I will resort back to like my nausea bands, my acupressure bands. Yeah. Do I have anything else to say? Not really. I'm hoping to maybe purchase some like cute maternity dresses, because not only am I doing like an update here, but I'm doing an update on Instagram, and I'd love to have some like pretty pictures and things to look back on. So I'm going to see, can I source some of those? If you have any places that you love to get cute maternity wear from. I probably have never bought anything maternity. I'm a very like frugal mama. I would much rather spend my money on like holidays and experiences, so I don't really spend much money on clothing or myself, and as a result I have like nothing that is like comfortable and like not really form-fitting, that's sort of like loose and flowy over the bump that also makes me feel pretty. So this is what I've been wearing almost every single day, like a cardi of some kind, a top of some kind, and then these Indigo Luna pants that go up over the bump. So this is the belly at 13 weeks. There's not much to see there. I feel like it's very tiny, but I'm not like worried. It takes me a while to pop, and then once I pop, there's a clear baby there. Do you want to see it like a pregnancy update before I go downstairs to these crazy children? I think they are downstairs playing a board game. Oh, can you hear Archer coughing and waking? He might be coming in too. Hang on. No, he's not waking. Or maybe Pete's going in to check on him. Thank goodness for husbands who come home on the weekends. I've been very grateful. So today I'm 13 weeks and 5 days. So it's lucky that I am filming this now and not later. That's a little baby. We have decided, I think, that we are going to find out the gender, because I'm still convinced it's a girl, and it could very much be a boy. And I also think it's nice for the kids to know what we're having. Gosh, I can literally never find out what I'm trying to look for here. Okay, so your baby is 6.7 centimeters in length, approximately 78 grams in weight. Baby's now twisting and turning all their tiny joints in their body, continually moving around inside your uterus. Their arms are now proportionate to their body, but their legs are still somewhat shorter. Your baby can now open and close their fists and make sucking movements with the muscles in their mouth. Oh, and it's just a matter of time before the thumb and mouth meet. I cannot wait for that little like thumb sucking baby. I was a thumb sucker until I was like 13, so I've never had a thumb sucker, but in utero they all have had they've been sucking their thumbs. Your baby's skin is translucent at this point, and all the tiny veins in their body are still visible. The lungs continue to develop, and your baby's practicing breathing with the amniotic fluid. And your baby can now frown and grimace, and baby's reflexes are becoming stronger and more frequent. Yeah. Maybe noticing your baby bump developing, just about. Chances are that my emotions are leveling out. I've been doing a lot of crying, so I don't know about that. And hopefully the morning sickness and fatigue are easing. Waiting for it to completely ease, but I'm definitely feeling like I'm on the up. Hormonal changes, noticing some constipation. I've been really working on that not being a thing. I have a whole separate video on how I avoid or help to like prevent constipation and hemorrhoids in pregnancy, and I've never struggled from them using these tips. So I'll leave the link to that down below. You'll be noticing some weight gain. Yeah, I've definitely like gotten softer. I'm definitely like noticing weight gain, more pronounced veins on your chest and breasts. Your areola is also growing in diameter. That's the area, the darker area around your nipple on your breasts. Your body's way of preparing you for breastfeeding. It's so exciting. We had a lovely day yesterday. We went to the library first. They had like a little kind of a story time, and we were celebrating the Chinese New Year coming in, making these dragons. And a couple of the mamas in there were like 3 to 4. They're the magic numbers. And I know I did a video recently on like, should I have another baby? And the statistics around which families are happiest are those parents who have 4 kids. So yeah, I'm really like leaning into that and getting really excited and just trying to feel like the ease of more children coming in, because there's also that other side where people are so willing and eager to tell you how hard it's going to be. So there you go. I'm going to go feed myself and this baby before Archer wakes up and try and get some work done while I have my sweet husband home.